Good afternoon and welcome to Elite TV Lunchtime News, your trusted source for the latest updates, breaking news and in-depth analysis. I am Salma Rahma.
And Ochilo Cheno.
Remember to tune in for our latest updates on all our social media platforms at Elite TV _East Africa, at Salma Rahma KE.
At Trades Ochilo. John.
Let's dive into today's top headlines.
Global stress for students.
Governor Baraza called for local farmers.
And later to the sports segment, we'll gossip a little bit about the 2025 Safari Rally Championship.
Students in university globally struggle to pay rising tuition fees, a challenge intensified by limiting financial aid and economic instability. Many are forced to take on substantial loans or drop out altogether. With education costs climbing and wages stagnating, the dream of higher education becomes increasingly inaccessible, leaving students burdened with financial stress and mounting debt that impact their futures.
In countries like the United States, student loan debt has reached a staggering $1.7 trillion, with many graduates struggling for decades to repay their loans. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, tuition fees have risen sharply since reforms in 2012, leaving students burdened with significant debt upon graduation. In developing nations, students often lack access to financial and making higher education a privilege rather than a right. Our reporter Elizabeth Arasa will give us more on that.
Across the globe, students are grappling with the weight of the rising tuition fee. Aspiring graduates from all walks of life find themselves on the front line of this financial battle.
I have been depending on help to pay a part of my fees. Alafu saa hii nateseka juu. Imagine bado hawajaeka hiyo pesa kwa accounts za shule.
The cause, escalating education costs paired with inadequate financial aid. Public and private institutions are alike witnessing this struggle, a crisis peaking over the past few decades due to inflation and economic instability. For many, the question looms how to cope. Loans and sacrifice and even crowdfunding become lifelines. Yet the burden often persists, jeopardizing futures and widening inequality.
It's quite difficult, and it's almost becoming another case of poverty killing destiny. So any well-wisher out there who is willing to support me, I'll be very, very grateful.
Education, a beacon of hope, risk and becoming an attainable dream for many. The rising cost of university education is taking a toll far beyond finance. It's affecting students' mental health, struggling to pay tuition.
I have to defer. I'ma look for a part-time job ndio nilipe that fee. Because my parents are not able. They are not able. They don't have that financial capacity to pay for my fee.
As student debt continues to rise, graduates are entering the workforce burdened with financial obligation, delaying major life milestones like home ownership or family planning. Addressing these issues requires balancing quality education with affordability and sustainable funding solutions. I've been your reporter from Elite TV, Elizabeth Arasa.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. On the other hand, the Kakamega Governor Fernando Baraza has called on local farmers to embrace sugarcane farming as part of efforts to support Mumia's sugar revival efforts. Speaking at the funeral of the late Mr. Johnston Rapando Lutumia, Mr. Baraza highlighted the vital role farmers play in ensuring a steady supply of raw materials for the miller's sustainability.
We'll get a detailed information about the same from Stella Chepkemoi.
Governor Baraza assured farmers who were recently paid bonus to the government that his administration remains the long-term sustainability of the sugar sector.
We are coming in as a county to kufanikisha last mile distribution ya mbolea.
As we push in the championship initiative that will benefit our farmers and the wider community, he said, the revival of Mumia's Sugar Company has been a subject of intense debate, with local leaders and residents keen to see signals a new renewed push to bolster the industry and secure it. I've been your reporter Stella Chepkemoi. Back to you, Elite TV at Salma.
We'll be right back shortly after this commercial break. Don't touch the dial.
dive to the sports segment where the 2025 World Rally Championship Safari Rally concluded on March 23rd in Naivasha, Kenya. Elfyn Evans Toyota secured his maiden victory in the iconic event. This win extends Evans' lead in the WRC standings to 88 points, placing him ahead of his competitors.
The rally commenced on the March 20th in Nairobi, with President William Ruto officiating the flag-off ceremony. The event then moved to Naivasha, where drivers faced the challenging terrains of Great Rift Valley. Our sports reporter Douglas Kitungat will take us through that.
In 2025, Safari Rally Kenya is living up to its legendary status. For those traveling to Naivasha, KENHA has outlined alternative routes to ease traffic congestion during the rallies. Authorities are also urging drivers to be cautious on the roads. As the race heats up, the question remains, who will conquer the wall and emerge victorious in the Safari Rally Kenya 2025? Only time is going to tell. My name is Douglas Kitungat and I've been your reporter this hour. Back to you at studio.
From Elite Lunchtime News team, I've been Salma Rahma
And John Ochilo, that's all for today.
Thanks for tuning throughout. Stay safe.